Hey guys, welcome to Rishi's Manchester United Warehouse. Um, this is a feedback, a review to what was an absolute shambolic performance at Old Trafford against Crystal Palace in the rain. Um, Absolutely gutted by the fact that we did not even put a fight against Crystal Palace. Yes, 90, you can keep 99.9999% possession. But if you don't really create chances that are convertible, or if you don't like put in a service to your number nine, it's a complete joke, right? You cannot score goals if you don't put in service to your number nine. Now, a few things that I want to talk about is first of all, the mentality of our club and our fan base is in the sink. It's in the gutter. It's in the commode, getting flushed by our rivals on a day-to-day basis. I mean, some Man United fans are celebrating a Man City defeat today, even though we lost against Palace at home. And that is disgraceful, in my opinion. Why are you even comparing yourself to Man City? There should be nothing in your head. You should only care about Man United. What is wrong with you if you're talking about Manchester City? After getting pummeled by Anderson, of all people, from Crystal Palace. Now, we have made Roy Hodgson look like prime Pep Guardiola with the statistics. 5 times unbeaten at Old Trafford. He's no Godman. We pummeled them in the EFL Cup. We outclassed them. But when it came to the Premier League, when it came to what was once our bread and butter, when it came to um, the thing that matters to us the most, they just sat deep and we could not break them down. And that's a simple fact. Now, what gives some of our players the God given right to moan at the referee all the freaking time? There are players like Bruno Fernandes, who has inherited, obviously, who needs to be that moany in front of the referee, throwing his arms left, right, and center. And our attitude was very gross, to be honest. Casemiro should have been sent off. Amrabat should have been sent off. And the only players that really kept their heads up high, in my opinion, was maybe Mount. Now, some people might call me a joker and all, but Mount put in those tackles. There was a moment towards the end of the game when he won us the ball um, near the D, and Garnacho should have converted that chance, but Garnacho was bright again. But players like freaking Casemiro, Bruno, Rashford, they were absolutely disgraceful, in my opinion. They could not even do one thing correctly. Now, Bruno and Mount, I will still state the fact that they were flocking about with their positions because there is no clear definition right now because of a lack of personnel that can be recruited in our starting 11. Now there are now in a perfect world, Lindelof should have started at right back today with Maguire. What I mean, the entire hatred towards Maguire should have been addressed in the last good performance against Crystal Palace. Why didn't we start him today? Were we afraid of Eze? I don't think so. I think Maguire took on Mbappe pretty well in the World Cup, but why are we scared of starting him against Eze of all people? And I think if Maguire could have started there and Casemiro and Amrabat could have operated in the midfield, that would have been a better solution. Now, let me take you back to 1989. Similar game, Crystal Palace. We lost 2-1, and there were Fergie out banners on the Stretford end. And I expect some fans and the media, obviously, Gabby, obnoxious whore, or whatever he's called, to say whatever he wants on Talk Sport, and rival fans to state whatever they want. But these banners, these things won't really make any difference, because we know for a fact that tactically, at least, there was nothing wrong in today's approach. We were continuous, we were relentless, we were continuously pushing in um, with the attacks. Players were rotating their positions pretty well. But what this defeat is generally attributed down to is individual stinky performances from individual players that have let the guard down. I cannot even imagine the fact that on top of that, we are celebrating Liverpool and City losing. I mean, oh my God, why do we fucking care? So, yeah, man, I don't want to repeat myself about these things. It was pretty disgraceful. I don't know where we finish from here on in this season. Like, City have 18, Spurs and Arsenal have 17 points each, and Liverpool have 16. And we are at 10th. Maybe we'll be 12th or 13th if the teams below us win tomorrow. We'll be 1 point ahead of Chelsea, who have had a shambolic start to the season and are in hard reset right now. Now you imagine a computer, a 32 GB computer, and it has like 8 4 GB RAM slots. Chelsea are currently operating on just one 4 GB RAM slot. 7 of them have been discarded, and will be 1 point ahead of them. Yes, injuries are there, but what I saw from Manchester United is, I don't know, man, what the players are dealing with in their personal lives, what they are doing on a day-to-day basis. But this badge means a lot to some people. And by the looks of it, even Marcus Rashford today, I have defended Marcus Rashford over the last 2 games. I don't think this badge means anything to him. He was in brilliant positions in the first half where he could just slide or at least take a shot. Sometimes he's overconfident, sometimes he's underconfident. It's just, he's like that class 8 kid who is in a PTM meeting, who got a scolding the semester before for being overconfident. And now he's not performing very well. Now he doesn't trust himself to put in the right answers into his answer sheet. It's an absolute joke. And I don't know what or how this situation gets better. I think the season is not realistically over. I will not say stuff like that. But I think there have to be miracles if we were to somehow salvage this season, somehow come fifth, somehow go deep into the Champions League. Because some of our players, now that they are not knackered, they were physically knackered in the very beginning. Now they have just the worst attitude, the absolute crappiest attitude amongst every team. Manchester United players have the worst attitude. And what Ten Hag has to do is essentially plonk out every player that he has inherited, every one of them. Just let them go, man. It's what City did. It's what Arteta has done. Just throw everybody out. I mean, it's an absolutely disgraceful performance. Suddenly, we are getting pummeled by Crystal Palace, of all people. It's just disheartening. So, yeah, I mean, this was not so much a review, but a few players that really impressed me were, again, Mason Mount, Højlund. Our number 9s have had to work without service since forever. The Manchester United number 9 position is essentially a position where you'll have to have immense talent to create goals out of nowhere, or you have to work the graveyard shift. You won't get passed, you won't get assisted, you won't really get any sort of service. But still, Højlund towards the end also and towards the beginning also showed a lot of intent. He was showing pace, he was showing physicality. But what can you do when you have like Rashford and Bruno? I think Rashford and Bruno were our worst players by a country mile. Bruno Fernandes was absolutely disgusting, in my opinion, today. In a perfect world, he does not start in the next game. Absolutely disgusting. I hate the way he moans when we are losing instead of like keeping his head up and pushing for something like what we saw from Mason Mount essentially today. And you can put in as many stats as you want. Bruno better than Kevin De Bruyne. Bruno, but I don't care about Kevin De Bruyne. He's nobody to me. I care about Manchester United. And every fan should do the same. Kevin De Bruyne should be nothing to you, nothing but an opponent. If Kevin De Bruyne faces you, you destroy Kevin De Bruyne. Why do I care about what Kevin De Bruyne has done in his life? Or Odegaard, or Havertz, or Rodri? It's just miserable. The kind of support that we are showing towards Manchester United, as well as the kind of support we are receiving from the players right now. And there has to be a cleansing. There has to be a cleansing from the top down. Uh, I don't know, man. You can blame the Glazers, but I don't know, man. This is very, very weird performance. I think Maguire should have started today again. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see what kind of new torture we are going to face tomorrow.